Y'all know me, Big the Legend G, with my co-host Initial D, bringing that heat in the twist street. Grab your popcorn, kick up your feet, sit back, relax. We about to blow. Welcome to our channel. Enjoy the show. Ayy.
Hard conversation, brain stimulation, BGID, no imitation. Look, pull up on the mic. Two bitty guys is rocking the night. Sub on YouTube and follow on Twitch. I guarantee it's gonna be a hit. It's showtime.
What's good, folks? Welcome back on over to the place to be. I mean, where else would you rather be on a Sunday? Two Big Guys podcast.
Yeah, besides church, but you know, hey.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, you got a point. House of the Lord, can't go wrong with that.
Exactly. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Yes, welcome back over to another episode of the Two Big Guys podcast. I was just thinking, like, what episode is this? 'Cause I know at one point we were putting the number on the screen and
five.
Episode 5.
Yeah, 5.
Oh, the new season. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking, like, as a whole. So, but it's good that you do that. So, all right.
Oh yeah, because I think if we kept doing it like we were in the beginning, I think this would be like 60-ish or close to it.
That's pretty impressive, man. A lot of times, you know, people start stuff like this and then they just put a pause on it and, you know, kind of lose track of it. So I'd say we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, man. So, I feel like I hardly ever talk to you, man. I know we did send some voice notes throughout the week, and you know,
you don't love me no more, man.
I know, right? You don't. How come you don't want me no more, man? You're changing up, man. Who you talking to? Another friend over there? How it goes.
Started to get jealous.
Yeah. So how's your week, man, my guy?
It's been good. It's been busy. It's been a lot. You know, we still working on that project, and we did testing all last week, and finally got everything where we need to get it. You know, prior to going live this Saturday, and that. So these next few weeks about to be crazy. But I told y'all in the group, you know, baby girl, she got sick from daycare.
Daycare.
Yeah, and we got the message on Tuesday that somebody was sick. One of the kids was sick, and you know, she actually had stayed home Tuesday and Wednesday that day. And that evening, Wednesday evening, she had a fever. It was a high fever, and we was like, all right, we'll give her some Tylenol. Maybe that'll just, it was a one-time thing. Well, we woke up the next day and she was still had a fever. So we're like, let's just take her to the doctor. So we did that, and she's been home ever since. But the fever broke Thursday evening, and she ain't skipped a beat yet. She been laughing, giggling, playing around. You would have never thought she was sick. So,
you know, children, man, they're different than adults, man. Like they don't know they can't identify what pain is. They can't really identify with illness or anything like that. So a lot of times, you know, they just kind of push through. Like babies they look vulnerable, but they're tough. Like they're really, really tough. And yeah, I mean, I can't like I said, I'm a veteran father here, and we've been through a lot over the course of nearly 20 years of raising kids, fevers, being up at night, dealing with colds, stomach bugs, all kind of stuff. One of my kids, he's ambidextrous, so we spent some days in the hospital when he was younger, dislocating his shoulder and stuff like that. So I said, well, we know who's not going to be playing sports. Get older, definitely ain't finna be you, for sure. So, but yeah, man, it's not really. I think that's a good sign that her immune system is functioning properly. Because sometimes I've seen it to where kids are like down for like almost a week, a
Yeah.
couple of days and stuff like that. And the thing is, with our oldest, he's about to turn 20 here in a few months. Actually in September. He was healthy up until VBK. Like when he started going to daycare. When he started going to daycare, he started, with the sniffles and all that stuff. And we're like, oh man, like they want, how it is, man. Like kid comes on with it, you like, man, like I don't, but interestingly enough, like you don't always get it. There have been some times where, because like, so my wife, she, mama don't care. The sneezing, coughing, especially when they were like babies. They don't care. Ash, right in your face, coughing on your face, and you're like, you feel like you're a scientist. I don't know, this is some Resident Evil humor. You're just there, and you already know what's coming. So it's like a Resident Evil, all the scientists turned into zombies because they were in the environment. And the virus got released, and it's like, well, but then again, there's been time periods nothing happened. So it just goes to show, and this is a whole other conversation about the power of the immune system, and that taking care of yourself. That could be like the difference between, you easily coming down with something or your body just fights it off. So I know people who have gotten COVID and some of them died. And then some of them ended up with a mild headache. Some of them had, what do you call it? I can't remember the name of when they say you would have it, but you didn't have any asymptomatic. Yeah. And nothing was wrong with them. Like they just might have had like the sniffles, and you couldn't tell whether it was allergies or not. So yeah, I think the immune system definitely is, God, he knew what he was doing when he put it in, our immune system is into place. But yeah, I'm glad that she's feeling better, man. That's what's up. Oh.
Yep.
So yeah.
But how's your week been?
So I always got to sit here and think about my week, because I've learned that it's hard for me to remember how my week goes, because I used to wonder, like, why can't I just sit here and tell you how it was? But I think the reason is because I interact with so many people throughout the week. So I'm kind of getting pulled and left to the right as far as like, service and what I have to do. And I stay busy. Again, thank God for that. I'm really, really in a good position right now. But at the same time, long story short, the week was not bad. I started saying something on Tuesday that I started telling my clients. I would tell them, today is your best day. Like today. Yesterday's gone and tomorrow is not here yet. So that was kind of the mindset that I took all throughout the week. And it made it very hard for me to like have a bad week because I was just so focused on the day.
Yeah.
It's like Christ said, take no worry for tomorrow. For tomorrow, worry about itself. Think about now. Think about the day. You know what I'm saying? So kids are doing wonderful. We're dwindling down. Is the what is it, the 26th today? They
Yeah.
go back to school on the 12th, so they don't really have I mean they got a little bit under, I don't know, let me 10 days, I think. Almost 12 days maybe. So we're trying to, enjoy our time with them and have a little bit more fun. Tomorrow, I took off tomorrow for the most part so that we can do something together and let that kind of be the last hoorah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just go ahead and start to get them back into their routine of going to bed early and just taking devices away and, just preparing their minds for school once again. So, but yeah, man, I can't really complain, man. It's been a good week.
That's good. That's good. Oh, and also, uh, happy 8 months to the little one as well. She actually turned 8 months today.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it's the 26th. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, it's memorable for me because she was born on my birthday.
Yep.
So I can never forget that. Like, I don't share a birthday with no one. I'm like, I finally share a birthday with somebody that I know. Okay. Can never forget that, man. That's what's up. Yeah, man.
Yes.
And before you know it, she'll be a year old.
Mm-hmm. We already starting to plan the one
Oh gosh, yeah. I
already.
I remember. Let's see. Did we do it with all of them? I know we did it with our oldest and our youngest. I can't remember whether we did it with the middle child. I don't know.
Mm.
Maybe we did. So for their first birthday, we would buy them a cake, like a little bitty cake or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and let them play in the cake.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what they would do. And it'd always be a little chocolate cake, and they would just have fun with it. And I know with our youngest, he loves Mickey Mouse, so we did a Mickey Mouse theme. We had like Mickey Mouse everything, and then on the cake too, and he had little polka dots on, and it was cute. They don't remember nothing, but it's memorable for us.
Right, right. They just see cake and like, put
Right,
my hands in it.
right. Face, hands, just a mess, man.
So that's what's up. Well, I have posted all our socials to let people know we're live. But if you are tuning in, we definitely appreciate you guys for being here, whether you are on the red side or the purple side. If you are on the red side and you like what you see, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. We tend to go live every Sunday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we are in the talks of doing something a little different, but we will let you guys know when that time comes. If you are on the purple side, follow the channel. That's all I can say. Just follow the channel.
Yeah, I
Why
mean,
not?
some of y'all been watching. I never will understand people that won't watch consistently and not follow.
You know,
You know what I
hey,
mean? Watch. I
sometimes it
mean,
be that way.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm guilty of that too in certain aspects.
Yeah.
Like there was a time period where I would just follow, just to follow, and just because. But now I'm very selective with who I choose to subscribe to or who I choose to follow.
Yeah.
Like I gotta really feel like I'm getting something out of the content and that I'm enjoying the content because I'm at a point in my life where I'm trying to like minimize everything. Like I'm trying to minimize the channels that I watch. I'm trying to minimize everything to like,
Mm-hmm.
just condense it down because that's just how I operate. Because when I consume too much, I get scatterbrained and I'm watching this, I'm watching that, I'm watching that, I'm watching this.
Yeah.
Example is like there was a time like earlier in my walk with Christ, I used to like watch a whole bunch of like YouTube videos, right? Like a bunch of sermons from this preacher, that preacher, that preacher, this preacher, like all the time, thinking that that was the right thing to do because
Mm-hmm.
it was Christian and it was about Jesus. But it really didn't hit me until a little bit later, like like last year. God put it on my heart. He said, um, "Can you remember everything that you consume like in a day?"
Yeah.
And I said, "No." He was like, exactly, because the moment you watch another sermon, you've forgotten what the first sermon said. You regurgitate it out.
Right, right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So it's like just stick with who you feel like you're getting something out of, and then
Yeah.
then watch that sermon again and
Yep.
again and again. And that's what I do now. I don't watch like a whole bunch of stuff from a bunch of different people.
Mm-hmm. Happy Sunday. Welcome
Yo,
in. How we
what's
doing today?
good? What's good? We preaching today? Not really. I'm just giving. I mean, we can preach. We can do that now. But
we can.
I'm just giving an example of how unproductive it can be watching a bunch of Christian stuff all day long. It's just not. It's counterproductive after a while. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and I feel so much better now that I've found who I trust and who I feel like I get something out of, and I
Oh
just
yeah.
stick with those. Really, it's about two, 3 people,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they all agree. So,
Of course, of course. Well, we have once again another fire episode. This one is courtesy of Mr. Nostalgia over here, so I'm gonna let him take the floor on this one.
cool. All right, so as y'all can see, the title of today's podcast is "You Work Too Hard to Not Treat Yourself." Okay, so this was inspired by a conversation. If you notice, a lot of things that I say, I always mention my clients all the time because I work with so many different type of people from different walks of life. So this came from one of my clients who was actually a football coach for one of my old high schools back in the day. And we were just sitting and we were having a conversation last week. And he's like 53, I think 53, 54 years old. And him working with me, like, I'm his fitness coach. Him working with me is something that he's doing for himself. And he said, bro, I don't never do nothing for myself. Like, I never do anything. I always do for my family, my wife, my kids, other people, and I never do nothing for myself. And I can relate to that because I guess depending on what type of household you grew up in, always kind of looks like the admiral thing when the dad is like comes home tired and worn out and making sure the bills are paid, and it's not really a strange thing to hear your father say, I'm fine, I'm good, what you need, what do you need, let me get you that, and never really do anything for himself. And then we see that as men, and we adopt that same mindset, thinking that that's just what men do, that we just pay the bills and make sure the family is good, and we don't think about nothing else. You feel me? But women, on the other hand, we know all the polar opposites. They finna spend some money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're not finna hold back or anything like that. They're gonna buy that purse. They're gonna get their nails done. They're gonna get their hair done. They're gonna do all of these different things to make themselves feel good. So I was like, you know what? I don't think we've ever talked about this on stream, about how us men, and and ladies, it might be some ladies that's watching this right now, and I do know some that do this as well, but it's not like us. You know what I mean? As
Yeah.
far as like putting ourselves last all the time and never buying anything for us.
Yeah.
Now, on the other end of that spectrum, I got another client who's actually a pastor, and he told me a number of weeks ago, he said when he was a kid, his father told him, because his father was a pastor too, he's like a PK, preacher's kid.
Mm-hmm.
He said his father told him, he said, son, when you work and you get your paycheck, make sure that you put some aside for yourself. Buy something for yourself. It don't matter if it's a pair of socks, some underwear, some undershirts, some cologne, a hat, some shoes. Buy something for yourself so you don't get caught up in that web of feeling like all I'm doing is just paying bills and that's it. So I was like, you know what? And that stuck with me. It did because I fell into that at one point in my life, like I did, as far as like never buying anything for myself and um almost falling into a mindset of scarcity of feeling like I couldn't buy something for myself. I had this mentality of I gotta have, so much money in the bank to pay, my bills and to make sure everything is good. So I'll just do without. I would look in my closet and be like, obviously I got clothes, I'm good. You start getting all, you kind of start getting a little self-righteous, like, be content with little and stuff like that. And I've had these shirts for like 10, 12 years. The tread on the bottom of my shoes is like running down, like I've been running track. And mind you, this is a couple years ago now. This ain't recent. So some things have changed for sure. But that was my mindset, and I got content with it, thinking that it wasn't a problem. But it wasn't until, and you probably remember, there was a time period I was buying a bunch of shoes, and Big Ark, I'm sure you can relate to this. I didn't seen your collection, all the shoes in the background, my man. But I bought some shoes, and it literally, I felt something right here. It did something to me. Like it made me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know, it's like they said, like a haircut changes how you feel. I wouldn't know now, neither of us, but
right.
You know what I'm saying? You get a haircut. And when I did have hair and I left the barbershop, I felt like the man. But that was the feeling that I had when I bought those shoes. And it's a feeling that I get every time I buy myself something. So, yeah.
Yeah. And before I get into my thing, we had a couple comments. Unc says we have to be refilled in all three aspects of our life: mind, spirit, and body. And that's so true, because
I like that.
If you ain't right with the spirit, then you ain't right with the mind. And then with the mind, when you're not right with the mind, you ain't right with the body. So and your mind and your body, just like they say when you're sick, like or when you're tired, your mind or your body will tell your mind when it's time to stop. So I definitely agree with that statement. We have to be refilled in all three of those aspects. And then he goes on to say, men are called to be more than providers, and culture will make us think that is how we should be. Ooh, that keyword culture. That keyword culture. And not even culture. I mean, even, I guess you could say even generations. Like, because I'll be honest, like I'm still kind of one of those people. You were talking about the clothes. Dude, I still got clothes from when I was in college. Like, I don't really buy myself a lot of stuff. If I can fit it, ain't nothing wrong with it. Yeah, that was my motto.
Yeah.
And I really don't buy myself anything. Because like you said, we think it's all about paying bills and making sure household is taken care of, which it always is, but in the grand scheme of things, in my mind, is like, I don't really want nothing right now. Or let me put it this way, I don't really need nothing right now. And I think that's the difference between, that those two words are the big difference. Do you need it? Because I always ask myself, when I see something that I like, I'm like, do you really need it, or do you just want it? And so, like,
but there's nothing wrong with wanting either,
right?
I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But because I'm gonna go ahead and say something, but in growing up in church, they almost kind of made it seem like it was sinful to want something for yourself, and it always had to be something that you need or whatever. But that's not even scripture. It don't even say that in the
Yep.
scripture. Like it says, it literally says the polar opposite of that, especially when you read the book of John 14 and 15. You know, Jesus is very, very clear. And we're getting some scripture in here, but very clear about, you know, he said, if you be in me and I be in you, you can ask my father for anything that you want. He
Mm-hmm.
didn't say anything that
Saying
you
that you need.
need. He
Yeah.
said anything that you want. So again, you know, growing up in church kind of made it seem like it was selfish or self-centered or wrong to want nice things, you know. And I'm gonna share a verse here, you know, and hold your thought there, what you were finna make. A verse that I was meditating on last week, and then I had my wife meditate on as well, is Proverbs chapter 10, verse 16 through I'm gonna say, I'm going Proverbs 10, verse 16. It says the earnings of the godly enhances their life,
Yep.
but evil people squander their money on sin.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that for a second. God says that your money, the money that you make, is supposed to make your life better. Period.
Yep.
So and you don't hear that all the time. You just don't, because you know you got some people out here that say money is wicked and evil. I'm like, no, it's not, man. Like, you just completely messing this up. If you feel
Exactly.
like it's wicked and evil, give it to me.
Right. You know, I
Take it.
will happily take it.
Yeah, but yeah, to your point, I just was never taught, you know, treat yourself.
Yeah. Same.
Never, man. And I got shirts from way back in the day, and I would just, you know, make the justify it by like, well, the fabric's still good and the material's good. And some of those shirts I legitimately like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why I still got them around.
Yep.
But it still ain't nothing like buying something nice for yourself.
Yeah. And you know, you read that because you know, me and my wife and my parents, we have our Bible studies on Fridays, and we're actually going through the book of Proverbs. So we actually read that verse. Um, and you know, I'm sitting here when you did the other verse in John talking about you know, if you abide in me and I abide in you, you know, ask my father for whatever he will give you what you want. I think culture has made the want and need completely opposite from what the Bible says. Because if you think about it, I think it's First Peter, maybe Second Peter. I know it's in the Peters, but it says His divine power has given us everything that we need. So
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like need and want in the Bible are supposed to go together and
Mm-hmm.
not polar opposite. Um, so, but let's post this question in the chat, and we'll keep talking about it. When was the last time that you treated yourself? You know, and it could be something small. It ain't got to be, oh, I just bought a car. It could be, man, I bought me a piece of bubble gum because I wanted bubble gum.
Right.
um, but I I don't know how. I know for men, you know, I think sometimes like we've been talking about, it's just hard for us to treat ourselves unless we make it a priority to treat ourselves and not like put ourselves last.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the hard part for us because it's almost like we want to make sure everything else is good before we do anything. Um,
I don't think that's a bad thing though. That's being responsible.
mm-hmm.
You know, but you have to make sure that it's fair though at the same time. Like, okay, like for me, you know, I make sure that everything is taken care of, like bills, groceries, all that different type of stuff before I decide to like do something for myself. And usually the things that I do for me are not like super crazy or anything like that. Not that anything is wrong with that. You know, some people, you know, when you mention, hey, do something for yourself, do something nice for yourself, they might go out and buy some jewelry, a watch or a bracelet or whatever the case may be. I feel like whatever makes you feel good, then buy it.
Yeah.
If you want to buy yourself a new vehicle and you've been riding around in your vehicle for a hot minute, I don't think anybody would argue with that.
Right.
And even if they did argue with it, so what? It's your money.
Exactly. Yep.
That's
Yep.
how I see it. So that question, as far as like, I'll just answer when was the last time I treated myself. Um, I mean, I bought a video game a couple of days ago. It wasn't stupid expensive. I just bought Final Fantasy VIII for the PlayStation. Sorry for my PC. I didn't have it on PC.
Hmm.
I saw a pretty good deal on it. I said, let me just go ahead and buy that.
Yeah.
But stuff like that makes me feel good. And I had mentioned about like, socks and undergarments and stuff like that. I did that a couple weeks ago. I just went to the store, took some time out of my schedule, um, just to just buy some new stuff.
Hmm.
And and when I wear like, like this right here, this is new, man. Like it's new. Nobody's ever seen me in this color of a tank top before,
Yeah.
and when I put it on, it just, I don't know, it makes me feel good because it's something new and that I bought myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been looking at hats. I'm a hat guy. I haven't bought a hat in probably about 3 years. It's been a long time since I bought a hat. And my wife, she usually knows, like, you wearing that hat out, you need another hat. So, I have to go get me another hat pretty soon.
Yeah.
But it's not an everyday thing. It's not something that, I should treat myself like this and that. And you could treat yourself every day. I mean, think about it. Like, you could
Yep.
just go and get yourself some coffee in the morning, stop somewhere, get you some coffee, or go to lunch, treat yourself to lunch.
Hmm.
It doesn't always have to be stupid expensive. It just doesn't. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Let's see. I think this is a big one here. Me and my household all the time. We make it mandatory to make sure we are happy and get needs and wants. Not all wants, but it feels good to get things we want from time to time. That's true. I'll answer the question as well.
Hmm.
I did get NCAA college football 27 because that was a game that me and my buddies used to play all the time in college. And when they announced that they're bringing it to PC, I was like, yeah, I got to get it. I don't care how much it costs. It was $70, but I was like, I'm getting it. Don't care. Um, and but like one thing that I'm starting to get back into is golf. Like, cause I used to golf
Hmm.
all the time. And so me and my buddies are starting to get back into golf. And that was like the first time I treated myself in like a long time. I used to go get massages. Don't do it now. Don't ask me why. Yeah. So um but just getting back into golf, it's been great. Because that was one of my favorite things to do before I moved and got into the real world.
Okay, says I like, now this right here is big in our home right here. Big. Steward your money and invest, and it will never make you feel bad about treating yourself to something.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I sincerely believe that this is the reason why a lot of people are in financial hardship, as far as like, what they choose to do with the money that they have. Because we got to remember, it don't belong to us anyway.
Right.
It's God's money. And stewardship is, I don't believe that people, first of all, that's a word we don't hear hardly. And second,
Yeah.
most people have it in their mind that it's their money and they can do whatever they want to do with it. I mean, yeah, sure, you could do whatever you want with it, but I mean, just understand that there's consequences with everything that you do. So,
Hmm.
like, I know, the Lord have been working on me for the last couple of years when it comes to like just proper stewardship as far as what we should do with our money.
Yeah.
And of course, the pastor I follow, he preaches. There's nothing he won't preach on, and he's not afraid to touch on the subject of money as well, as far as like what its design and what we're supposed to be doing with it. And he has a 4-step rule, and my wife, she says this at least a few times a week. And that 4-step rule is sow it, save it, spend it, share it. Those 4 things. Sow your money, give, of course, tithe and offering. We do that, of course, mandatory. Saving money. So really, really big one right there. You'd be surprised how many people don't do that. Spending the money, like not being afraid of spending money. Like I did a little bit of Bible study a couple weeks back. Just looking up, what does it mean if you have a feeling of being afraid of spending money? And Holy Spirit just straight up put it on my heart that the only reason a person is afraid of spending money is because they don't trust him.
Yeah.
You think that you're not going to get any more. I can't spend $80. Come on, $80 on a game. You really think that's going to break your bank, man? Come on. Or $125 on some shoes. It's not like you're doing it every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I chuckle at this because now that you got stores where you can do Klarna or Afterpay or Affirm, I think some of that takes the ease off for some people's minds. Like, all right, I ain't got to pay all this at once. I can just pay it over time.
Pay it next month.
So
it does, but I mean, what is that other one? Affirm.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, I've bought stuff. I do that all the time. If I'm being honest. It gets paid for.
Yep. That's how I got my gaming PC when I first started streaming.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, as long as you paying it. I mean, what if you got it and you can pay for it all up front, then go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
But if you think it'll add a little bit of a strain on you, then I wish I had did that with my PC. Like, shoot, man, I just came out of the pocket with that thing last summer. 4 digits. And, man, I wish I had did Affirm or something back then.
Me and my wife take financial classes. We've been investing for years, and we also give to charity. Once we become intentional about our money, it helps a lot. I agree with that. So, one thing that my parents did with me when I was growing up, we went to the Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University classes. We actually went to the big one when I was little, and then our churches would do the classes. I think once a week, and even my church now, we do it now. And I hadn't been able to attend that one just because I was in the carbons at that time. So whenever they bring it back, obviously I plan on going back to it because it was a good refresher about like starting off small, the what did he call it? The debt umbrella, where you pay off your smalls and then you go your bigs and stuff like that. But it definitely helps a lot. And I agree with you on taking those classes, just educating yourself on finances and then investing and all that good stuff. So I encourage you, if you haven't taken a financial class, definitely do so. That wasn't to you, that was to everybody.
Hey, I missed the layaway program.
Man. Oh my gosh.
Man.
The ones at Walmart. Ooh, the ones at Walmart were so beautiful.
Dude, I got some good memories of layaway, bro. Especially as a
Man.
kid. I didn't do it a lot as an adult, but as a kid, our folks used to go get layaway all the time. Like I remember, I guess one thing that we purchased in my, I think, late teens or early 20s was a Xbox. I don't know if it was a 360 or an Elite, one of the two.
Mhm.
And we put that thing on layaway at Kmart. And it was time to make that last payment. They went in the back, went to get it, and it was like, finally.
Just want to drop to your knees and cry.
Yeah, man. But you know what? We kind of still do got the, well, it's not really a layaway, afterpay and
Yeah,
and the firm. It's not layaway because you get to have it now.
yeah. Uh-huh.
And you have to pay on it as time goes on. So like I said, those programs have helped me a lot. Like I said, I
Yeah.
don't really have a problem with paying $25, $35 a month or whatever. It's,
Yeah, especially if it's something that you want,
Yeah.
and that's what we're talking about, treating yourself. So
Let's see. As people of color, we don't talk about financial literacy enough.
absolutely not.
No, we don't. That's why so many people, I mean, I hate to say it, so many people of color on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, they look at the color of their skin and kind of think that that's just how it's supposed to be. No, it's not how it's supposed to be. You don't talk about financial literacy. You don't, you're not good stewards with the money that you do have.
Yeah.
Like it's, we were, so, okay, this morning, after this sermon we were watching earlier, we were talking about preventative measures in life. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this might offend some people, but I'm sorry if you get offended. But I have to be honest. So we were talking about poor people, and I was just sitting there talking to my wife. I said, that's a choice. Now, you don't have to be poor. You just don't. Some people who are in it kind of accepted it as if life is just dealt them a crappy hand. But
Mm-hmm.
I am of the belief that there is a principle for everything in this life, according to the Bible.
Yep.
So I used some examples. So the first example was this: what do you call it? Beekeepers.
Mm-hmm.
So beekeepers put on these special suits because they're handling bees so that they don't get stuck.
Get stung.
You know what I'm saying? Get stung, right? It's fail proof. It's to protect them from getting stung. Rain boots are to prevent your feet from getting wet. Because we know if you wear your Jordans or your Dunks and puddles, your feet finna get wet. It's a preventative measure. Now, the preventative measure when it comes to not being poor or in lack or want or broke is giving. It's that's what it is. It's giving. I think it's in Luke. Y'all can correct me on if it might be Luke 8 or 11, one of the two, where Christ says, "Give and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, running over in your lap, so that men shall give unto your bosom." So the spiritual principle is when you give, you get.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we live by. Me and my family, and I'm just being honest. We're doing pretty good in life right now. Like I was actually talking to a client of mine. We're wanting to contribute to a back to school program for kids who need school supplies and stuff, for families who may be not doing the best.
Yeah.
Because we already got what we need for our kids for school. So there's other kids out here who need something. So I'm like, all right, well, let's see what we can do to help out. You know what I mean? And that's a principle right there as far as like giving back to people. God, that was the whole plan of salvation. He gave us his son.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to be made in his image and in his likeness. We're supposed to be givers as well. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
as far as like talking about now the financial literacy, of course, that right there, that knowledge, should I say, can help us in a lot of different ways. It can help
Mm-hmm.
us be wiser with the choices that we make, because there are some people, they get a little money in their pocket and they just go crazy. I'm finna buy a car, I'm finna buy a house, I'm finna go to Dubai and
Yeah.
all of
That's the
this.
big one.
I'm like, you going to Dubai and you like a month, 2 months behind on your rent, but you went
Yeah.
to Dubai so you can go
Mm,
take a picture and put it on social media. That's crazy to me.
yeah. But of course, that's a different topic for a different day.
No, yeah, we can. Oh, we always coming up with subtopics during these episodes.
we really do. We really, really do. Um, I had another question. I had another thought, but it seemed to slip my mind.
You're right, Unc. You're right. God blesses
Yep.
those who bless us. Yes.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely agree. Because again, he gives us everything that we need for life and godliness. So,
Mhm.
why not do that for others? I mean, it says in the Bible, we entertain angels. We don't even
Yes.
know it. So
Right.
we can
Absolutely.
be an angel to somebody else and they not even
Exactly.
know it.
Yes.
Look, we done went from treating ourselves to preaching, and I like it.
Preaching this.
Yeah, I
That's
like
holy. That's Holy
it.
Spirit, man. That's the
You
Holy Spirit
already
right there.
know.
Holy Spirit, like, I'm about to sneak up in here.
Like, Holy Spirit, activate.
Somebody need to hear this. Shoot. I'm saying, because look, man, if y'all are gonna like do this, like if you're gonna treat yourself, you're gonna need some money.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm being honest with you. And like I said, I'm at a point, I'm at the halfway point of life. I'll be 41 in November. And for the first time in my life, I'm thinking this way. I had a very, again, scarcity mindset when I was in my 20s, very careful, kind of getting sucked into, the societal economic mindset of, oh, it's hard out here for everybody and everybody's struggling and everybody's in the same boat. That's not true. That's not true at all. Like I said, oh my gosh, I could talk about the scriptures all day. These scriptures are what we live by, like me and my family.
Mm-hmm.
Last week we were talking about Joshua chapter 1, when after Moses had died and God told Joshua, he said, my servant Moses is dead. And he basically said, if you want to be successful in this life, meditate on my word, day and night. Never let my word depart from your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to Psalms chapter 1, it literally says the same
Same thing.
exact thing.
Yep.
Same thing. You shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. And whatever you do in due season, you shall prosper. And I look at those verses, and as believers in Christ, we're supposed to do this now. We're supposed to meditate on it. We're supposed to apply it to our lives, and then you see the results.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's, that's what we live off of.
Yeah.
So, and because we do that, we get to do some things for ourselves. But we're wise as well. We're not crazy.
Yeah.
Let's just go spend $700, $800, $900 on, like, whoa, wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a minute, yeah. But we do have a rule though. Like, if it's something that you want, go get it. Don't settle for something that you don't want. Like, if you want, like we talked about purses the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I asked my wife, I said, if you got a $30 purse and you've had it for like 6 years, and there's a purse you really, really want that's $300, would you get that purse? And she said, I had to convince her to say yes. Even her, I had to convince her because I told her, you deserve something that you really, really, really want instead of settling for something just because it costs less. It's not what you really want. You won't truly be happy with it. So just like a video game, for instance, like if GTA, what is it, 6? If GTA 6 comes out, $70 for the base game, but the special edition and the first day edition comes with this, and this is $130. Get that one. That's what you really want.
Yeah.
If you want all that extra stuff, get that one because you're not going to be happy because you settled for something else just because it was a little bit cheaper.
Mm-hmm. That's a solid point. That is a solid point. Preparation is key to our next step, whether spiritually, financially, or in our walk with Christ. Man, we got to bring him back. We got to bring him back.
We need another round table, man.
We need another Christian round table.
Was that 2 years ago or was it 3? I can't remember.
That might have been 3 years ago.
It's been 3 years?
It was like season 2.
I think it was. It's been a long time.
It was season 2 because then we did the women roundtable on season 3. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We gotta put that together.
Time to bring it back.
Yeah, we gotta do that. Yeah, we will definitely be in contact with you.
Write that down on the notepad. All right.
Let's see.
We have all grown so much in our walk, so I know it would go crazy. Oh man. Oh my goodness. It would definitely go wild.
Yes. And like I said, we didn't intend on coming on here, with scripture and stuff. But again, that's just
us.
That's just Holy Spirit right there, coming out speaking. Like somebody's watching this right now that needs to hear this. Again, there's some people out here who they don't buy themselves nothing at all, like nothing. And I want to encourage somebody out there. If you don't do it today, maybe tomorrow, go and think of something that you really, really, really need first, that you don't have, and then, go get that. And then you start making a habit of doing that, then be bold because it's going to take boldness to get something that you really want. Because there used to be a point in time, and I don't do this anymore. There's a point in time where I used to look at some things that people would get. And in my mind, I'm like, why would you get that? Like that costs X, Y, and Z amount of money and yada, yada, yada. And I'm not like that now. Cause I saw a while back, it was a car at a local Publix here, a grocery store. I think it was a Maybach and parked in the front. I was like, whoa.
You brave.
Golly. So, right. Well, my neighborhood, our area is nice. So we don't worry about that type of stuff. But my point is like they parked it there because they wanted you to see it.
Yeah.
But you got some people who mindset is like, why would you pay all that money for that car? Yada, yada, yada. But this is how I think now. How I think now is maybe they can afford it. Maybe it is their taste. Maybe it's what they desired and what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they didn't want a Honda Accord. Maybe they didn't want a Challenger. And that was what they wanted because that's just what they could, obviously could afford.
Yeah.
So, what do we have to do with other people, how other people spend their money on what they want? So if you feel a need to buy $200 underwear, I mean,
You better
go
make
right.
sure their underwear can clean itself.
Go. Hey, that better be some underwear that is fresh all the time, wet proof all the time. But then again,
All of it.
look again. I got a buddy of mine. That dude right there can spend some money. Oh my gosh, he is not afraid to spend money. He gonna buy whatever he wants. Video games, consoles, PCs, TVs, clothes. But you know what I love about him? He got a wife and two minors, children, and the rest of the kids are adults.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know what he does for the adult kids, but I know for the minors, they all stay Ralph Lauren out. Like all of them. Like when he get himself something, he gets her something, get the kids something. So it's kind of like if I'm gonna be clean, everybody gonna be clean type of situation. So it's not like daddy got all the shoes and the kids is like walking around here in Crocs all every single day and old Reeboks. Like it's just,
all right. Let's see. I love it when as men we don't hide our callings and who we are in our faith, put biblical boldness on it, and you both are doing that. And I promise you, God is pleased. And we appreciate that comment.
yes.
Definitely, because that's what we strive to do. Not just for ourselves, but for our families and the other people that we come in contact with. We never know the sacrifices that was made to possess those things we have, and that's so true. Like, and we say that all the time. Even during, well, even when it comes to like men's mental health, we always say we never know what someone's going through. So, I mean, who are we to make comments like that when we don't even know the backstory of it?
Dude, there's some people that, if you see them now, they're doing great.
Mm-hmm.
They got money, big house, yeah, and they got all this stuff. But if you talk to a lot of these people didn't grow up rich. They didn't grow up privileged. Some of them lost everything. Some of them sleeping in their car. Some of them are sleeping in hotels, sleeping on friends' couches. Like I've heard those stories like so much. And even though that's not my story. And I can't say that. I mean, I'm not gonna sit up here and just try to make up a rags to riches type of story, but I'm not where I used to be. Let me just say that, you know what I mean? Like where I am right now. No, I didn't put this on social media, but I wanted to. I think I might have retracted that. Sometimes I got to do that, but it was somewhere along the lines of, I really shouldn't be where I am right now, statistically, but I am because of the goodness of God. Everything I got is because of Him.
Yeah.
Period. So like I tell my wife this all the time. I want to give my kids the greatest childhood I possibly can. You know what I'm saying? And not just buying things, and because we do that, but giving them experiences as well, taking them places as well. Like we're planning a couple of trips at the end of this year, going to Gatlinburg, Tennessee in November.
Okay.
So we're going to do that because we were going to go to Denver, Colorado, which I always wanted to go. I ain't never been.
Oh
man, I want to go to Denver, man. We were going to go at first, but I don't know. Me and her just became together and we just kind of pivoted a little bit and decided to go for Tennessee for right now. And to me, that is treating myself as well as my family, because I never got to do that as a child. Like I was never fortunate enough to go on vacations like that. I just couldn't. Like I said, the way that things were at home, and not they weren't bad, but we just didn't have it like that.
Yeah.
To be able to do those things. And, God is a God of redemption, a God of, he redeems the time. Like, all right, son, you couldn't do this then, but you about to do it now.
Yep.
So, and I don't have to do it alone. I can do it with, those that I love.
Yeah. Yeah. And
so that is treating myself, because I didn't do that at first. Again, my wife would tell you, like, I used to be that one that's like, ooh, that's too much money. Ooh, we can never do that. But I stopped and, started getting biblical and applying principles to my life. And like I said, I took my family to Disney World last month.
Mm-hmm.
First time in my life I ever been to Disney World. That was for me. It was for them, but it was for me. It was like for little me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was major, and it felt so good to be able to take them there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we finna do this, man. So you know what I'm saying? It's not always about buying material stuff. It's not.
But always about the experience.
Yeah.
Yep. Always about the experience. Well, I think we may have come to the conclusion of our episode. Do we have any closing remarks that we would like to make regarding treating yourself?
Hold on, we got a couple of more comments here. Let me see. Ankh says, that was me. I know what it was like to be homeless, hungry, and watch my mom struggle. Thank God I can have a lot of things I could not, have as a child. I can relate to that. It's funny, our joy changes our perspective and change, and we find our happiness through our family. Yes.
Ooh, yes, exactly.
No, you don't have to apologize, Ankh, man.
That's what this is for.
Man. Like we thank you, man. We really do. It's that's why we do this, because, be quite honest, man. Today, we talking to ourselves and you, and that's fine.
Look,
audience is an audience.
Yep.
Yeah, and like you said, Ankh, I can relate to that. Not having a lot. I mean, I could tell you one thing I had as a kid. I kept a game console. So Super Nintendo, or PlayStation. I kept a game console. So it was all good growing up, man. It was. But as far as like closing remarks, I'll say this: don't be afraid of spending money, because it's not yours anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to be good stewards over the money that we have. And a part of that stewardship is treating yourself. Think about it. Does it really make sense that God would not want you to do something for yourself? If it brought you joy with what he gave you?
Yeah, that's a solid point.
Like, do you really believe that he put you in a position to get what you got just so that you can pay the bills? Are you serious? Oh, man, just don't be afraid of spending money. Like, I would say, if you're somebody out here who lives a lifestyle of not treating yourself, start slow. Start little. Start, like I said earlier in the podcast, start with giving yourself some coffee or lunch, or buying yourself a shirt or some pants, or ladies, a dress or some earrings, or just start with that.
Yep.
And I find that, like anything, the more that you do it, the more that scarcity mindset will begin to fade, and then you'll be a little bit more bolder with your purchases. And I think that brings God joy. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
To see that you're happy, and especially if you're responsible with your money. So I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah. Y'all had me in a chokehold, was working on content with the wife, and got stuck with good brothers. Hey, again, we appreciate you being here for sure. Sure, because I know you always have your weeks pre-planned for your content and all that good stuff. And we definitely appreciate you and Auntie for pulling up. If she's in there working with you, if she's in there tuning in as well. I mean, I don't really have any closing remarks about this topic. I mean, you definitely said what I was thinking. So because that's how we are. We have that ESPN.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, do you have any shameless plugs or
Uh,
anything?
yes. Okay. So, um, so me and my wife, we've been doing a lot of content together. With
Mhm.
the last month, we've been doing a lot of content together, and it has been a blessing. It really, really has. You know, she finished Final Fantasy VII about a week ago,
Mhm.
and that was an epic. It turned into like a episodic type of thing we were doing on Instagram, and a lot of people followed and they were like just really supportive of it. And
Mhm.
so, you know, there were some comments made by a couple of people, and one particular guy, he's like, I can see you guys like creating a whole new channel as far as like, you know, doing this type of stuff together.
Mhm.
And you know, ever since we started streaming, me and her, we never really we would collaborate here and there every blue
Yeah.
moon, but it was never like all the time. And I'm not saying that it's going to be like that from now on, but I do know one thing, and I can confirm this because God told me this himself almost about a year ago, is that, you know, when you two come together, people love that.
Yep.
People love that. They love to see a happy couple, a married couple,
Mhm.
with all of this stuff going on in the world, all of the negativity and all of the chaos here. It's almost like a breath of fresh air. And it reminds me of when the scriptures say that you are the light of the world. You know, you are the salt of the earth. So, you know, people need to see that. And then when you integrate gaming and anime and cosplay and all that different type of stuff, it just really dots the I and crosses the T.
Yeah.
So we are creating, if she hasn't done it already, but we have a new entity called Power Couple Gaming, and we
CG.
started. Yeah, we went. It took a little while to figure out like what name to go with, but we wanted something that was going to represent us.
Mhm.
Like we didn't want anything that was just outlandish, you know, because you know we're a fit family.
Yeah.
Um, we've been called power couples by so many people already, and we both game. Like she's a legit gamer. Like she's not just gaming just to look cute. Like she's a gamer.
Yeah.
In fact, and speaking of that, she's guess what? She's about to get my PlayStation 5.
What?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make a video. By the way, I'm gonna make a video of me giving it to her. It's almost like giving her a plaque.
Yeah.
So she's in there. She was straightening up her area, trying to get her area right.
That's funny.
She's about to upgrade from a 4 to a 5. I said, look, because sometimes we want to play Fortnite together, and the
Mhm.
5 is so slow when it comes to updating, and the PlayStation. I mean, the 4 is so slow when it comes to updating,
Yeah.
and 5 it updates in sleep mode. So it doesn't even
Yeah.
have to be on to update. So I never have to wait
Yeah.
for a game like that to finish uploading. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give that to her because, like I said, I told her earlier, so I ain't gonna say how much I spent, just know I spent like 4 figures on my computer. I said, I really need to be sitting there with our computer, and that's it. Because
Yeah.
this is like way better than a PlayStation 5. But I'm gonna give that to her, and then maybe like little later down the line, if she requests it or if she wants, we'll begin to start modifying her PC because it's
Mhm.
about time for her to have some upgrades herself.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's a shameless plug right there. And
That's what's up.
you know, you know me, just still trying to hit this go live button.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
maybe.
I heard that message you sent me yesterday. We're gonna talk about that next week
Perfect. Okay.
because I think that's what's going on with me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Um. And look, if y'all doing that on Instagram, y'all might as well just do a Twitch channel. Possibly. I think that'll be pretty dope.
Yeah,
you know.
I think that we could do something like that. We just need to get the when you haven't been streaming as much like us,
Yeah.
you kind of get a little rusty when it comes to the OBS stuff and the Discord
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it'll take long for us to square some time away to the side to figure that stuff out again. And
Yeah.
the truth is, she really does want to do it, and cosplay too.
Mm-hmm.
We want to do that. Um, I think she's just really waiting on me because the way that she is, she kind of looks to me, and as far as like confided in me,
Yeah.
um, you know, are we gonna do this? Yes, cool. Are we not gonna do this? Okay, we're not. I guess we're not gonna do it. So I'm like, damn, man, she literally waiting on me. So I'm like, all right, I gotta make this happen. So, but yeah, that's what it is. So just be on the lookout for a new Instagram account, YouTube channel, and why not a Twitch channel? So, and let me say this here, I'll probably put this on Instagram as well, that we live in a time period where this is the best time in the world to be a content creator, like right now, because people want real content. They want you. And that was what we discovered over the last month. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't need to be fancy. We didn't need to have microphones. We didn't need to do nothing. People just saw genuine reactions, genuine emotions, and stuff like that. And I think it's like that because of, this whole AI thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is just so perfect looking and then robotic. Original content is making a comeback.
Yeah.
Like, real talk, it's making a comeback.
Yep. Yep. And until I would definitely kiss that baby for. Definitely tell. So for me, it's the same with you, man. It's just me hitting that go live button. Like, I'll sporadically just be like, "Hey, babe, I'm gonna stream. Is that cool?" And then, obviously, if it's cool, I'll just go ahead and hit the go live. But I want to
Yeah.
get back to where I'm on a schedule where it's
Yes.
consistent. Because
Yes.
now the baby girl's 8 months. Oh, by the way, if you didn't hear it earlier, baby girl turned 8 months today. So we're about to,
Awesome.
whenever I get out of here, we're gonna get it dolled up, take some pictures, blow out a candle, all that good stuff. So, but I mean that's just me. Like, back when I was streaming, I had a consistent schedule.
Same.
Now and now, because I am a new dad, I'm still figuring things out. Of course, it's not as consistent as I want it to be, but I definitely want to get back on the schedule because that really is what helped me with my content. So
Yes.
it's just a matter of trying to work things out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there will be days that I know I can hit go live, but I'm like, I don't want to hit go live because by the time she's winding down, I don't want to be too loud type thing. But yeah, one of these days I'm just gonna be like, you know what, forget it, I'm going.
Just don't say nothing. Don't tell nobody nothing. Just do it.
Just go.
Just do it.
And even then, I don't tell nobody I'm going live. Like, if you're
Yeah.
not in my Discord,
Yeah.
you just have to see me pop up.
Yeah. Yeah. I once heard somebody say a quote that if it's not on the schedule, it's probably not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's so true.
It is.
Because I haven't put that on the schedule. It's almost been 4 months for me, man. I can't believe it's been that long, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. But the only other thing I really got is most of y'all know that I do make music, and I just dropped my latest album, Scriptures Under Streetlights, last Friday. And it's been getting some good reviews.
Nice. Awesome.
Shoot, I forgot what I was about to say. If you don't know the I guess the story behind the name of the album is I basically took some Bible verses and wrote lyrics to them. Just kind of like modern day type thing. And sometimes I surprise myself. I'm gonna be honest. I surprise myself. Um, but it's been a blessing to be able to do things like that because I was in band and somewhat musically inclined. But I just thank God for that opportunity to do stuff like that. And
Man.
and it reaches people because I've had several people like, oh man, we love this, keep doing it type thing. But
Mm-hmm. Nice.
yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, I mean, I think this is another one for the books, of course. And I just want to hold on.
I just saw it too.
Yeah, let me close out. That's a long comment, so I don't know how long people type that. Let me say to you both, I pray God gives you both the ability to balance your lives, amen, to where nothing going lacking in your personal life and continues to use you both for the kingdom of heaven, even without a schedule, that you both capitalize on the time He blesses. Yes, well, I
Amen to that.
received that.
Yeah,
Don't apologize because I needed to see that.
yeah,
I appreciate. I'm sure you do too. I
yeah,
appreciate comments like that because it's another push because this really is hard for me. I don't know why. It just is, but when I see stuff like that, it definitely
yeah,
helps me. Take a little bit more of a broader step because I don't want because I'm always talking to people about their jobs and stuff, not
getting in the
dominating their
way.
lives
Yeah,
and getting in the way of their lives. And I don't want to say my job gets in the way of my life. It doesn't because I got time. My wife will tell you there are times I actually can do this. So, but there's some other things that I'm trying to overcome. I'll just say it, since Uncle's you're the one chatting here next week, we're gonna be talking about, just what was it, gamer guilt.
gamer dad guilt.
Gamer
Now I
dad
mean,
guilt.
now
Yeah.
I know you're not a dad, but you are like an honorary uncle. So, but
Right.
yeah, this one next week. This is gonna be a tough one. I ain't gonna say tough, but it's gonna be a very heavy topic
Yeah.
just because
Yeah.
like and the reason I came up with this idea and the reason behind it was there's this guy on TikTok that I just followed and he basically does videos and it's like from one gamer dad to a other such and such and such and such and like you see all the comments of like yeah I needed to hear this. I always want to create content, but I always feel like I'm missing out on my responsibilities as a husband, as a father, and
Mm-hmm.
all that good stuff. But we ain't gonna talk no more about it because that's gonna be next week. Bear,
Yeah.
what's good, bro?
What's up, bro? I need to hit you up, Bear. I'm gonna text you here in a minute. Send me that video.
Yeah, yeah.
Send me
I'll
that
send you
video.
I'll send you the link.
Yeah, I want to
Because
see that.
he's got a lot. And matter of fact, I'm probably gonna try to make some kind of small video about it and tag him in it and see if he'll come to the podcast and chat with
Oh
us. But not like,
yeah,
you know, just
yeah,
being in the chat and talking all that good stuff.
yeah, yeah. That'd be
Because
great.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I know
It's a
there's
lot,
a lot of dads out there that probably feel this way.
dude. I know it is. I know it. I shared a doing pretty good, Bear. Doing good. I shared a video in our chat a while back by a YouTuber Shredder Dutaku. And you probably have seen some videos of him. He's a real cut up white guy who is a gamer, hardcore gamer, and he works out and stuff. And I think it was a video. It was along the lines of, do we really not have time to game since we're adults and
Mm-hmm.
stuff? And he just kind of broke some things down, and it really just came down to what is actually taking your attention, away from, the time that you could be using gaming and stuff like that. It was I gotta find the video. I'll just resend it. But I think it's a topic that needs to be talked about because, much like you, I'm a father of three. And I feel like this all of the time. But without me saying, I don't want to say too much because I want to save it for next week. And yeah. But
Cool.
Hey, that's gonna do it for this episode. Once again, we really appreciate those of you that are watching, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube. If you're on YouTube, be sure to hit the like button and the subscription button as well. And if you're on the purple side, give us a follow. We would definitely appreciate that, and continue to provide this content that's enlightening for all of you out there. And Bear, hopefully you and family are doing great. And we really appreciate all of the things in which you're doing. Your content, I still appreciate your content. Doing it for showing Twitch that, hey, you can still do this and still be righteous.
Yep.
At the same time, you ain't got to be no monk in a cave somewhere praying 24/7. That ain't got nothing to do with Christ.
Right.
So, but I love that.
And I'm about to do a shameless plug for Unc, by the way. So tomorrow, if you are free tomorrow, Unc will be live at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Okay. He will have prayer at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then we go into GMB worship where so let me backtrack. So 10 a.m. he's going live. He's going to be playing some gospel music just to get everybody's mind right. 11 o'clock, we're praying. And then right after prayer, we're going to GMB worship where we listen to a lesson from Pastor Jerry Flowers. And I don't have his link, but he's in the chat if you're on Twitch. So make sure you go drop him a follow. And it's gonna be one for the books.
All right. And that, folks, will do it for this episode. Have an amazing week. Just remember that if you woke up today, this is your best day. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow isn't here yet. And do something kind for somebody. And you'd be surprised at where it comes back to you. So, but we appreciate your support. And we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Y'all know me, Big the Legend G, with my co-host Initial D, bringing that heat in the Twitch street. Grab your popcorn, kick up your feet, sit back, relax. We about to blow. Welcome to our channel. Enjoy the show. Ayy.
Hard conversation, brain stimulation, BGID, no imitation. Look, pull up on the mic. Two bitty guys is rocking the night. Sub on YouTube and follow on Twitch. I guarantee it's gonna be a hit. It's showtime.